Google Chat got supercharged in 2023. Has it been a while since you used Google Chat? If so, you might not recognise the app anymore because this year Google Chat has gone through a big overhaul. We took a look last week at some of the new updates that have come to Google Chat, like custom emoji, smart compose in chat, and announcement spaces. This week, we thought we'd deep dive into the range of different updates that have come through in 2023 that have really turned the application around. If you're still clutching your Slack license with your fingers in your ears, check out these updates and see if you really think it's still worth paying for a single-use subscription license for Instant Messenger. The updates are many and they've focused on collaboration, controlling your communication and making the application easier to use and communication faster. Let's take a look at the top feature updates from 2023. First up, let's take a look at these collaborative functions. March brought an increased synchronization between calendar and chat, allowing users to see enhanced details from a colleague's calendar in the one-to-one chat interface. This allows for more informed communication. I can see Jane is busy till this afternoon. Do I need to ask her colleague, or can my communication wait until after her meeting? In addition, the summer brought two features that can help manage expectation around responses, either in group or space conversations. In June, we saw the introduction of read receipts, indicating whether a user has read a message by the presence of the user's avatar next to the most recently viewed message. In your spaces, clicking on the More menu on your message gives you the option to see message views. By clicking on See Message Views, a pop-up will appear informing the user how many people have viewed the message. One of the features that I have been longing for finally dropped in May, allowing a user to quote a previous message in a reply. This is an essential feature for long conversations to refer back to or promote a previous message. And this feature is available in one-to-one chats or in spaces. Also, in September, a surprise feature popped up. The copy link option became available from the More menu. Like a quote and reply function, but with a twist, this feature is a great way to redirect a user to a previous message, therefore allowing them to view the message in the context of the conversation around it. Top feature for me. Lastly, coming down the pipeline as we speak is the starred messages function. This is similar to pinned messages in Slack if you're familiar, but the advantage to starred messages is Google groups these messages together in their own starred interface for quick access to important messages in one place rather than having to search through the channels for pinned messages. When it comes to increased controls, the first thing that's notable is that Google Chat now has its own space in the admin console. This allows admins to go through all of the functionality available within Google Chat and choose to turn on and off different functions. They can do this directly inside the admin panel, such as history for chats, history on spaces, and auto deletion. In addition, a new tool has been added whereby admins can delete spaces en masse. Function is available from the Manage Spaces section, and it's very simple to use. Simply select all of the different spaces that need deleted and using the Delete Selected Spaces button, providing a quick and easy way to do a tidy up on your spaces. Spaces are going big with increased space membership up to 50,000 members. And if the thought of adding that number of members to a space is giving your arm cramps, fear not, the ability to add members to a space using Google Groups or with the Bulk Member Manager add-on from Google Workspace has also come on stream this year. Mass communication spaces have now got increased controls, from announcement-only spaces, which we looked at last week, affording a channel where only managers of the space can post, whereas members can react, star, or link to a message. But all spaces now also have included granular controls that can be set by space managers. This allows limits on who can add members, change details for the space, change history settings, add apps or webhooks, and even curtail overuse of the at all function. Admins now have the ability to turn on content reporting, which can be available across one-to-one direct messages, group direct messages, or even spaces. This will allow users to flag inappropriate content where it is found and report it under a number of categories. You must select at least one category, but you can provide a huge range of categories for this content reporting. Flagged messages can then be examined within the security investigation tool. And finally, Google has made the chat interface more usable, helping you to stay on top of your communication. This is controversial for those who have been using chat for a long time, but definitely upgrades the interface to one that will be more familiar to those used to single function instant messaging platforms. The new chat user interface has just dropped. If you are using the combined Gmail interface, you will see that the chat versus space icon battle has ended, with the two apps finally accessible through one simple icon. Interface opens on a home page which displays all recent messages across your one-to-one, group and spaces chats. From the shortcuts section, also accessible is an @mentions interface, which allows the user to quickly catch up on any conversations in which they have been specifically tagged. Direct messages and spaces are now collapsible menus, and of course, the main menu can be hidden for users who like to use the hover menu. These changes, of course, have translated across to the standalone chat app, where you can see the shortcut menu and the collapsible menus for direct messages and spaces, as we had seen before. The new interface is rolling out as we speak on mobile devices, inspired by the Material You design concept, which has worked its way into most Google applications at this point. The toolbar now has a home and an icon to access the new shortcuts sections. Not quite visible to everyone yet, the shortcuts menu also has access to a starred section, showing those starred messages that we spoke about earlier. This is currently in rollout. In the background, Chat Declutter has been working away. If you've got a specific colleague that you want conversations under control, you can still pin these to the chat menu to keep them at the top and spaces that have been inactive for the last 7 days. The Quick React menu appeared as a hover over on chat messages. This displays frequently used emoji and options to open the full emoji picker, reply in thread, quote in reply, and of course, more options. Smart chips have now found their way into this area of the Google Workspace, and you can now quickly add files using smart chips in your chat. If you are a lover of hyperlinking text in order that you can build context around a link that you're sending to others, then rejoice. A little one that I love is that we now have the availability to hyperlink text. You'll find this under the rich text format functions, and here at the bottom you can see link. Of course, to fully round out the package, Chat has a new icon visible on the Google bar in the application, on the favicon, and from the waffle menu across the workspace environment. With all of that, the team behind Google Chat must be thoroughly exhausted and ready for a holiday. So how about you? Are you ready for a fresh start with Google Chat? Is it time to trim the fat in your IT budget and lose some of those single-use subscriptions? We can't wait to hear what solutions you are looking for in 2024. But until then, from me, see you next year.